We'll give them a minute or so more. They're right across the street. But they haven't parked yet.
Jose, undermine. There was no parking.
We're still settling, no worries.
Okay. They're turning around and parking in front.
Are we announcing Rod Spears passing?
You're going to close the meeting.
Yes.
Memoriam.
I do.
Rod Spears. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Close the insurance. Okay.
So he's assembling that Senate. I was thinking he was Senate. John.
Oh, he's actually here.
He's on his way. He sent Declan and he's on his way.
We'll see. I'll wait when he shows up. Doesn't he have to leave by 6? He gave us a 8-minute window. All right. Yay? Nay?
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Wait a little longer.
No, they haven't been able to find parking, so.
Okay. Yes, ma'am? Oh.
No one can find parking. Oh, my fault. Sorry, I thought you meant.
That's too bad. All right, I think we're going to get started. Thanks everybody for coming tonight. It's very festive. Thank you to staff for the decorations of the chamber. Madam City Clerk, would you like to call the roll?
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Mayor Kelly Krebs.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Robert Parkhurst.
Here?
Councilmember Edward Garcia.
Here.
Councilmember Jean Goss.
Here.
And Councilmember Christine Lowe.
Present.
Madam Mayor, we have a quorum this evening.
Thank you very much. Mayor Pro Tem, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and inspiration?
It would be my honor. Please rise if you're able.
On this side again.
Yes, thank you. All right, ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is a festive time of the year, as we can all see with the decorations here. But it's also a time of traditions. And in honor of traditions and transitions, I have found a poem by Miller Williams called Of History and Hope that I'd like to read tonight. Read a couple stanzas from tonight. So it goes. We have memorized America, how it was born, and who we have been and where. In ceremonies and silence, we say the words, telling the stories, singing the old songs. We like the places they take us. Mostly we do. The great and all the anonymous dead are there. We know the sound of all the sounds we brought. The rich taste of it is on our tongues. But where are we going to be, and why, and who? The disenfranchised dead want to know. We mean to be the people we meant to be, to keep on going where we meant to go. But how do we fashion the future? Who can say how except in the minds of those who will call it now? The children. the children. And how does our garden grow? With waving hands, oh, rarely in a row, and flowering faces, and brambles that we can no longer allow. Who were many people coming together cannot become one people falling apart. Who dreamed for every child and even chance cannot let luck alone turn doorknobs or not. Whose law was never so much of the hand as the head cannot let chaos make its way to the heart. Who have seen learning struggle from teacher to child cannot let ignorance spread itself like rot. We know what we have done and what we have said, and how we have grown by degree by slow degree, believing ourselves toward all we have tried to become, just and compassionate, equal, able, and free. All this in the hands of children, eyes already set on a land we can never visit. It isn't there yet, but looking through their eyes, we can see what our long gift to them may come to be. If we can truly remember, they will not forget. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was lovely. Moving on with tonight's business, if I could have a motion to approve the agenda or other comments?
I'd like to make a motion to change public comment to after the approval of the past meeting minutes.
May I have a second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. The agenda is approved as amended. I'd also like a motion to approve for reading of resolutions and ordinance by title only.
Second? Or did you ask for a motion?
Yes.
I'm so moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, and then the approval of our November meeting minutes from November 12th. Anybody have any comments or changes?
Move to approve.
May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Motion carries. So per the amendment to the agenda, we will move now to public comment for items not on the agenda.
Madam Mayor Tony Buckner.
I may not know the new system. I apologize. Good evening, council and mayor. I'm here on behalf of my neighbors. Acacia Street is a very short street, and we realized we were not on the previous water pipe replacement project list. We want to make sure that our little section is budgeted and gets on the next one. In a very short distance, we've had 20 patches, and many of those patches have been reworked many times. And all of us, these 10 households that are right in front of this area, very, very tired of it. And so as you are planning, we want to make sure that we're on your priority list. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Buckner.
Madam Mayor, the next speaker is Chris Amino.
Is he going to address that public comment?
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to hear that. Sorry, Don. Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. Tonight I'm representing the Sierra Madre Chamber of Commerce, and I just want to make a couple announcements. I think there's some announcements on your cards, but it's kind of out of sequence, so I'm going to say these. The Winter Village was a success. I want to thank all people involved, the events committee, the Sierra Madre City College, and the Chamber of Commerce for putting on a successful event. I must have walked from Kirsten Court to the park 10 times, and I saw people and businesses every time I was walking through. I think it was a huge success, and we've had nothing but compliments by our businesses, so yay to everybody who was involved in that. This Thursday, the 12th, from 5 to 7, we're going to have an open house at the Chamber offices at 49 South Baldwin. Everybody's invited. We're going to be celebrating Gem Plumbing's 75th year in business here in the city of Sierra Madre. So we hope everybody can come. Next for us will be the honors dinner in conjunction with the city. We're looking for nominations for the Citizen of the Year and Business of the Year. So if anybody out there or in here has any suggestions, please go to our website and contact us through the website and through email and make a nomination for us so we can evaluate that before the event. And last but not least, the Wisteria Fete this year is going to be April 12th on a Saturday. So it's normally in March and it's normally on a Sunday. We thought we would mix it up this year with the requests of the property owners and last year's condition of the vine. We're hoping to have it a little bit later in spring, have more flowers on it, and we're going to try out a Saturday instead of disrupting the downtown on a Sunday, and especially it's going to be the Easter season, so we wanted to take that in consideration. So that's all I have to announce. I appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, the next speaker is the city's librarian, Layla Regan.
Hello, Mayor Krebs, Mayor Pro Tem Parkhurst, and our honorable city council. I'm here to announce our One Book, One City selection for 2025, and it is What You Are Looking For is in the Library. It is a book by Michiko Aoyama. This book is just a wonderful book that I think everyone should read, and we hope you will join us in reading it for the month of February 2025. We have some amazing programs lined up for our One Book, One City, so please stay tuned. But right now we have an open writing contest for publication. So in 1,000 words or less, you can have a poem or creative nonfiction and submit it to the library. Please visit our website. For What You Are Looking For is in our library, and it is how a library or our library has impacted your life in a large or small way. So those entries are being accepted through January 6th. So we hope to have our wonderful community tell us all about how libraries have affected their lives. And in addition to our wonderful One Book, One City announcement, I do also want to give my heartfelt just feelings on Rod Spears, who was a wonderful former library trustee. He was the first trustee when I became a librarian at Sierra Madre Public Library, and he was on the board until 2022. So he was there not that long ago, and his passing was deeply felt throughout the library. So that's all I have. Please read books. Please read our One Book, One City selection. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I do not have any other speaker cards at this time.
Okay.
Madam Mayor, I think all of our distinguished guests are here.
Okay. And do we want to, I just have them come up as public comment, or?
We can.
Okay.
Would the Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Arcadia like to come up?
Well, congratulations. I want to tell you guys that I love the city. I walk my dogs every night in the city, but not in City of Arcadia. And I love the decorations. You guys make it so festive. And today is actually my first time here. And you guys are just so organized. It's so impressive, amazing. And I am here to congratulate Mayor Madam Kelly. Thank you again, once again, to become the mayor. And you've been, been doing so much for this community. And I know you will continue to guide and with care and vision. And so as a neighbor, I am looking forward to working together to strengthen the bonds and between our cities. So congratulations once again. And I also want to congratulate Mayor Pro Tem. I think Robert, everybody know you've done an amazing job already, so I don't have to say too much. But once again, congratulations. I'm so happy to be here. And thank you so much for this opportunity to congratulate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Mayor, we also have Savannah Moore from Supervisor Barger's office.
Hi, good evening. I didn't have them out and ready, but hi, I'm Savannah Moore. I'm here on behalf of LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger. On behalf of the supervisor, I'd like to congratulate and thank Mayor Kelly Krebs and Mayor Pro Tem Robert Parkhurst for your year in service, and thank you for everything you've done. The supervisor, it was always a pleasure and a joy to work with you both, and I know she wishes she could have been here tonight. It was a board day, but I have these certificates for you both to honor you for your service. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Mayor, from Congresswoman Judy Chu's office, we have Madre Plan.
Hello. My name is Miley from Congresswoman Judy Chu's office, and we just want to say thank you and congratulations for all the hard work that you've both done, Mayor and also Mayor Pro Tem. We know that public service is hard work, but it's even more so when you're in leadership positions like yourselves. So thank you for making Sierra Madre even better. And on behalf of Congresswoman Judy Chu and the 28th Congressional District, we do have 2 congressional recognitions for you for your service. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And Mayor, we have Declan Floyd, who's Director for Assemblymember Harabedian, and my understanding is Assemblymember Harabedian is on his way, so we could postpone that.
Should
for a few
we
minutes.
do our other presentation?
We can do our other presentation.
So I had my own public comment tonight because we had a late breaking achievement over the weekend and did not make it on the agenda. And thanks to Councilmember Garcia for mentioning it. So if I could, I'd like to call up our hometown, Nico Tierney, and give him a commendation. I'll stand here at the mic and then we can. So in recognition of your outstanding achievement as a Sierra Madre resident and student athlete representing First Pepperdine and then UCLA, go Bruins, your dedication, athleticism, and teamwork were instrumental in the UCLA Bruins men water polo team's defeat of USC to win the 2024 national championship title. Let me go! Your 2 impressive goals certainly helped the team to a decisive 11-8 victory. Playing such a key role in a team that finished the season with an exceptional 26-2 record is a testament to your hard work and perseverance. We celebrate your success with the Bruins, who achieved their 13th NCAA water polo title and 124th all-time NCAA championship. You have brought immense pride to your team, your school, your family, and your hometown of Sierra Madre. On behalf of the City of Sierra Madre, we commend you for your remarkable accomplishments and extend our heartfelt congratulations. You inspire young athletes and are a shining example of excellence in dedication, scholarship, and sportsmanship. Presented this 10th day of December, 2024 by the City Council of the City of Sierra Madre.
Can we do a whole council picture since we've known
He's
Nico since he was born? He was like,
You're okay to be in this picture,
Yeah, 3 Trojans with you.
Come on, just for this one picture, Trojans.
All
Horns
right.
up.
All right.
Shoot down.
If I knew it in that, I made
I know.
Super proud of you, Nico.
The egg clap. Might be something else too. But.
Mayor, I recommend that we close public comment and reopen it once Assemblymember Harabedian arrives.
Sure, that's great. All right, so then we will move on the agenda to the mayor and city council reports. Anybody want to start?
Madam Mayor, I have a short one. So, on November 30th, I did attend Small Business Saturday in the Winter Wonderland. I'd like to thank staff, the Sierra Madre Events Committee, and the Chamber for putting on such a great event every year. I was able to visit 2 brand new businesses in town. It was great to be able to have that opportunity to see doors open in the evening, and so many people visiting the vendors and the businesses. So it was a great event as usual. And on the 5th, there was a Sierra Madre Senior Community Commission meeting. Really nothing to report other than their meeting next month will not be on January 2nd. It'll be moved a week later to January 9th. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilmember Lowe?
I attended the Citizens of the Year. I'm sorry, that was an announcement I was supposed to make, but thank goodness Chris Semino made it for me. Sorry, Winter Festival was amazing. The shops were lively, the stands were great. We went to one of the restaurants that we hadn't been to too often in town, and it was just a great time to see so many people in town. So it was a huge success. The snow was still out for about 4 more days afterwards. Pretty exciting. And then I also attended Arcadia's council meeting where they inducted a new, their re-elected Paul Chang, and they brought in David Fu, who also won this last election. And they said goodbye to April Veralto as her service as former mayor and her amazing job she had done. And congratulations, Ms. Kwan, for being the mayor pro tem, the first Asian American woman mayor pro tem. So congratulations. And that was it.
Oh, thank you. Councilmember Goss?
Another short report. On the 21st, I went to the St. Gabriel COG meeting. The headliner was the honoring Anthony Portantino on his way out for all the years of service. He did so much work with COG and had such an impact across the St. Gabriel Valley. I wasn't aware of it until I spent about a half an hour listening to all the accolades. So he's really a great guy, and I wish him well. And it was a tremendous occasion for him. And I went to the library board meeting on the 25th, and I think our librarian Layla covered that already tonight. So that's all I've got.
Great, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem?
Sure. So November 13th was the Transportation Committee meeting, and we reviewed potential bus routes for the citywide bus route. We have another meeting tomorrow to finalize those. So hopefully soon after the first year, we'll have that the roundabout back up and going. On November 18th, I attended the Community Services meeting. A couple of things there. They're looking to add a youth commissioner. So I know we've talked about that before, so I think it's something that we may want to add to a future agenda item. They had a couple of upcoming events that asked for fee waivers, the Rose Float Decoration, the Winterfest, and the Candlelight Walk. And then we had a really impressive Eagle Scout presentation for an Eagle Scout project from Katrina Carr, who's going to repair the band shell here in Memorial Park. So that's going to be really exciting to see that. Clean Power Alliance had meetings on November 21st and December 5th, and nothing to report out of those. Like others, I attended Winterfest, and I have nothing to add. It was fantastic. And then last week, I attended the Planning Commission meeting, and there were 2 main things coming out of that. There was a presentation of the new online permitting system and online licensing system. Excited to see that. I've actually even tried it as my own small business. I was able to get my business license, so it's pretty straightforward, and it's pretty nice. And then it was the first of 3 riveting legislative updates that we had. A lot of information. The housing laws are always changing. It's always good to have updates, and it comes complete with a flow chart. And I'm telling you guys all this because we all know it's coming to us here in the upcoming months. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you. I will not add much more to the Winterfest. It was amazing. I did get to see Santa leave the fire station with our royal court that we will hear from later tonight. So that was fun. And there was a Natural Resources Commission meeting in between our meetings, and they talked about plans for the Earth Day celebration in the spring, as well as considering certain regulations around artificial turf. So that was a good meeting, and they're always very on the cutting edge of sustainability and environmental concerns in the city. So I thank them for that. And then I have a list of announcements, as stated before. We continue our street rehabilitation program. Sorry, I'm looking as I read. So the state of California recognizes a pavement condition index of 74 or greater as excellent. So last week we completed both our Sierra Keys Drive and Key Vista Drive projects, which was a complete grind and new asphalt overlay, an installation of new curbs and gutters, and concrete repairs of the existing sidewalk. And that brought our pavement condition index up to 90. So if 74 is excellent, I'm not sure what 90 is. Extra excellent. So that's great. Thanks to Public Works for that, and for our always good outside vendors who do a great job on all of our pavement work. This Thursday, we have a library event. This is how we roll, a walking book discussion starting at 9 a.m. at the library, and I believe they walk and talk about books they're reading. On Saturday, there is a Rhythm and Roots interactive percussion performance with Louis Cruz Beltran at 10 a.m. at Memorial Park. And Santa may be coming back to visit the fire department also on Saturday at 6:30 at the fire station. We are collecting toys for tots at City Hall and the police and fire department through December 14th. So come and meet Santa and drop off a toy to donate. On Friday the 20th, the library is bringing back Gingerbread Jamboree from 12:30 to 2:30, also in Memorial Park. And we're going to have a movie, The Grinch, the new Grinch, at 5:30 also in the park. And that is the announcements for tonight. So next, we will move to presentations. And I think, as I mentioned, our Rose Float Royal Court is here tonight, and I think they're going to present the court and I guess give us a little bit about the float this year.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for allowing us to come speak before the City Council this evening about our Sierra Madre Rose Float. I'm Julietta Hutt, representing our Royal Court, along with Kendra and Melania, and we're going to be telling you about ourselves and about our float this year. And then when we're done, we'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have, with some help from Evelyn Schaefer back there, our treasurer, and Luis St. Andre, Royal Court committee member. And we'd also like to thank Attitude Dress Shop for helping us with these nice costumes that we have.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be here today. My name is Melania Thomas. I'm 17 years old and a junior at Pasadena High School. I enjoy being part of sports medicine at my high school, as my future plans include studying medicine in college. I'm passionate about sports and enjoy playing on my school's varsity water polo and varsity softball teams. I'm the youngest in my family of 5, which includes my mom, my dad, and my 2 older sisters. I was born in Hawaii, but moved here just before my first birthday. Growing up here in Sierra Madre, I've been fortunate enough to experience a strong sense of community and closeness throughout our amazing city. I'm honored to be selected as princess this year alongside Jujubee and Kendra. My family has deep ties to the community, and to represent our remarkable city in one of the most recognized events in the world is such a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and an honor. A fun fact about myself is that I'm in my 3rd year of studying Mandarin Chinese. I plan to continue to learn Mandarin in college. 祝我好运. This means wish me luck. I have also played softball since I was 7, starting right here in Sierra Madre. I believe in the importance of community service, and I know that Sierra Madre is a great city because of all the amazing people who spent countless hours volunteering their time and energy for the betterment of our community. In the past, I volunteered for the Sierra Madre Rose Float Association, Wisteria Festival, Winter Village, Downtown Decorating, my high school, Sierra Madre Girls Softball, and our very own public library. Thank you for allowing me to introduce myself, alongside my wonderful fellow princesses. As mentioned, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that has already had such a huge impact on my life and future goals. Finally, none of this would be possible without the support of my family and the entire team of the Sierra Madre Rose Float Association. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name's Kendra Buchok. I'm 17 years old, and I go to La Cañada High School. At school, I love being able to learn about how the country functions in AP Government and Economics,
analyzing passages in AP Literature and AP Language, memorizing the very complicated language of French, and then ending my day doing 200-meter repeats on the track for my school's track team. I've lived in Sierra Madre since I was born, and for those long 17 years, I've realized what matters most to me, which is this community. But things can get a little hectic living with my parents, my twin sister, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. But over time, I've realized how much happiness comes from simply being with those around me. This year, I'm extremely grateful to be a Sierra Madre Rose Float Princess because I've loved these floats ever since I was little. I vividly remember going to see Catching the Big One, which was the big koi fish, in Kirsten Court. It captivated my imagination with its striking orange color and big googly fish eyes. The warm atmosphere and positivity that I've experienced in Sierra Madre is something that I want to share with others, encouraging them to cherish our great rose float tradition in this close-knit neighborhood. Just as I'm always eager to meet new people, I'm also very passionate about music, whether that be finding new songs to listen to or playing songs finding new artists to listen to or playing songs on my guitar. I'm a fanatic when it comes to collecting CDs, dancing at concerts, and of course playing my guitar. I also love going to concerts and seeing my favorite artists perform in person. And just being involved with music reminds me of how much I love being involved in it. I'm just starting to find my love for volunteering, but I want to get more involved specifically in my hometown of Sierra Madre. I've been the president of my school's French club. I've volunteered for a thrift store, and I've participated in club food drives. But one thing that I haven't done is ride on a rose float. Being a princess allows me to contribute to the spirit of Sierra Madre, and I can't wait for New Year's Day. In the future, I hope to attend college in California and maybe travel abroad to France. I'm applying to many different UCs as a business, marketing, or economics major, and I hope that my experience as a Rose Float Princess will help me for my future adventures. Thank you.
Hi again. So my name is Julietta Hutt, but most people call me Jujubee. I'm a 16-year-old sophomore at Polytechnic School, where I enjoy many different academic subjects such as chemistry and Latin, as well as performing arts, swimming, and volleyball. I've lived in Sierra Madre my whole life, attending Sierra Madre Community Nursery, Sierra Madre Elementary, and Sierra Madre Middle before moving to Poly, and I've even taken dance classes here since I was 2 years old. For a small community, Sierra Madre has such a large spirit, and some of my favorite memories over the years include community events like the 4th of July Parade, Wisteria Festival, and of course, trick-or-treating on Alegria Street at Halloween. My family has a tradition of volunteering and being active in Sierra Madre, from serving on the Planning Commission, my dad, John Hutt, is back there, to the Sierra Madre Library Foundation. So I became a Rose Float Princess to continue our traditions and give back to our community. I also can't wait to help build the float and be able to represent this beautiful city. Something interesting about me is that I'm very advanced in math. I took the AP Calculus BC test in 8th grade. And math is fun for me because I like to solve problems, and I like to take on challenges. I'm also very good at juggling. I taught myself during the pandemic, and now I can juggle balls, rings, clubs, scarves, you name it. In addition to working on the Rose Float, I like doing community service that supports education outside of school environments, like participating in the Reading Buddies program at Sierra Madre Public Library and volunteering at the POSD Science Fest. I really like working with kids and showing them that learning is something that can be fun. Looking ahead, since I'm still just a sophomore, I don't know what I want to pursue for my career yet, but I do know that I love learning, and I'm really excited to continue exploring my variety of interests throughout high school and college. Thank you.
Turn the picture so that the audience can see.
No, we're saying the picture right here.
Yeah, can you just turn so the gallery could see?
He's moving the camera.
If you have any questions,
Oh.
you can ask.
It's still offline to the television.
Yeah, perfect. I just wanted the audience to be able to see. Anybody have any questions about our float? Other than what award it'll win this year?
Jinx it.
No questions? Thank you very much, ladies. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your representation of our city. I know you have been doing, and I know you will continue to do a great job. And I'm excited, actually, for New Year's Eve when you'll show it off to our city and Kirsten Court on its way down to the the staging area. So thank you very much, and thank you to the association for all of the hard work they do year-round to design, develop, fundraise, and then of course the crunch time starting now of decorating. And so everyone, I assume on the website there's lots of stuff on social media. It's great. I would definitely follow them if you aren't already. They will definitely be looking for volunteers as we get closer to fill those shifts. I think they get to be almost around the clock towards the end. So I'm sure there'll be a shift that would be open for you to come and help decorate and finalize our float. And then everyone can be part of our award-winning float. I think Assemblyman has joined us. Is that correct? So we will reopen public comment formally.
Hi guys, how are you? Sorry I'm late, and it's great to be back here. It's always fun to be here, and it's great to see all of you and so many friendly faces on the dais and in the crowd. But Madam Mayor, we're here because of you. I remember 4 years ago when you decided to run, we were all excited. And when you got sworn in, I remember saying, please start thinking about re-election now. And because really, if you're going to be mayor once, you got to be mayor twice, and or 3 times. Once isn't enough. But thank you for running for re-election. That for the community is so important. Thank you for serving as mayor. I think as a council member, it's very rewarding. But as mayor, it's twice that because you're everywhere and really serving as the ambassador to the city. So thank you very much. I'm here personally to really just say, on behalf of the State Assembly, congratulations. One of the first certificates I get to give, and giving it to you and giving it here is really special. So congratulations. Congratulations to whoever the next mayor may be. But Mr. Parkhurst, hopefully I'll see you next year at this time. But congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And we look forward to working with you in your new role.
You all right? Yeah, we'll take a picture. It's not as pretty as the Board of Supervisors.
Come over here, Dirk.
Okay, and now I believe we are back to our agenda, and we are at the presentation of our new finance director, Mr. Anthony Rainey.
Thank you, Mayor. So we're excited to announce Anthony Rainey as Sierra Madre's new finance director. Anthony brings over 17 years of public sector finance management experience, having worked in the federal and municipal governments, including Santa Paula, Maywood, Bell Gardens, and Rialto. His experience in budgeting, fiscal planning, and aligning strategic financial goals with operational needs will be invaluable to the city of Sierra Madre. Anthony holds a BA in political economy from UC Berkeley, an MPA from the University of Washington, and a Master of Science in Information Systems Management from Seattle Pacific University. His lifelong dedication to learning and innovative approaches will enhance the city's financial transparency and resiliency. Please join me in welcoming Anthony Rainey to Sierra Madre.
Good evening, Mayor Krebs, Mayor Pro Tem Parkhurst, Council Garcia, Council Goss, and Council Lowe of the City Council, City Manager Reynoso, City staff, and the residents of Sierra Madre. I'm honored to be here tonight and excited to serve as your new finance director. As was said, I have numerous years working for government, working for federal government, working for the government of the District of Columbia. Let's see, what's that? It's a quasi-state, city, and county government. I've seen just about everything, but I'm always surprised at something new. I can tell you that all cities are not the same. All cities do not confront the same problems, and that all cities must have their unique solutions to things. So I do not bring in any bias that this will fit here. I am a believer in adaptability. I adapt to my environment, and we get things done through collaboration. I've always been drawn to cities like Sierra Madre, where the emphasis is on community collaboration, fiscal stewardship, and with my experience in financial reporting that's transparent, and my passion for fostering sustainable financial practices, I believe my skills and values will closely align with that of the city's vision. My primary goal is to build the city's tradition of fiscal responsibility by enhancing transparency and accountability in our financial operations. I plan to work closely with all city departments and the city council and the residents and the vendors and the contractors and the suppliers and all of our partners in the public sector and the private sector to ensure that our budget reflects community priorities while also preparing for long-term sustainability through careful planning and innovative solutions. I am a planner. I basically try to introduce new planning architectures around unique situations for cities so that we can make it work. Finally, I'm honored to serve the city of Sierra Madre and its residents, and I look forward to working with the council, the staff, and the community to ensure a strong financial future for our city. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to contribute to this remarkable community.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Okay, our one action item of the evening is our lengthy consent calendar. Madam City Clerk, take a deep breath.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. It is rather extensive. I believe there are 14 items on this evening's consent calendar for the City Council to consider. The first of the consent items is the consideration of Resolution 24-70 approving certain demands. It is recommended that the City Council approve Resolution 24-70 approving city warrants in the aggregate amount of $817,091.51. Sierra Madre Library warrants in the aggregate amount of $3,320.70, and payroll transfer in the aggregate amount of $525,173.05. This is ratifying warrants that were paid as the City Council canceled the second meeting in November. The second resolution is approving city warrants as well. It's approving certain demands, Resolution 24-71, and the recommendation is for City Council to approve Resolution 24-71. Consent item C is the second reading of Ordinance 1474, regulating the parking of oversized commercial or recreational vehicles and trailers in the residential districts. And it is recommended that the City Council conduct its second reading by title only and approve Ordinance 1474. Consent item D is the second reading of Ordinance 1475, adding Chapter 10.28 Parking Penalties to Title 10, Vehicles and Traffic of the Sierra Madre Municipal Code. It is recommended that City Council conduct its second reading by title only, which we just did, and adopt Ordinance number 1475. Consent item E is second reading of Ordinance 1476, amending Chapter 3.08 Purchasing Procedures of Title 3, Revenue and Finance of the Sierra Madre Municipal Code. It is recommended that the City Council conduct second reading, again, which we also just did, by title only, and approve Ordinance number 1476. Consent item F is the notice of completion for Sierra Vista Park Improvement Project. This is the notice of completion for the playground improvement project, and staff is authorizing that the City Council approve the notice of completion and direct staff to file the notice with the Los Angeles County Clerk. Consent item G is the approval of the San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District Grant Award for water conservation in Sierra Vista Park. It is recommended that the City Council accept the $50,000 grant award and authorize the mayor to execute the grant agreement. Consent item H is the consideration of Resolution 24-73 to declare the 2011 International Water Tender 41 as surplus property. It is recommended that the City Council adopt Resolution 24-73 declaring the 2011 International Water Tender 41 as surplus and authorize its disposal. Consent item I is consideration of notice of intention to return the OES engine 1615 to the State of California's Office of Emergency Services, and it is recommended that the City Council authorize the return of this engine. Consent item J is the consideration of use of $42,789 in ARPA funds for a new city website and the content management system, and authorized to sign a 5-year hosting and support term with GHD Digital. It's recommended that the City Council approve the use of $42,789 funds, ARPA funds, for website redesign and website support and hosting fees. Consent item H is the recommendation to award a construction contract for the fiscal year 2024-2025 water main replacement project to Big Bend in an amount not to exceed $946,600. It is recommended that City Council award this contract to Big Bend Inc. Consent item I is a consideration of Resolution 24-74, approving participation in the Safe Clean Water Program and authorizing the city manager to execute the transfer agreement with the Los Angeles County Flood Control District. It is recommended that the City Council adopt Resolution 24-74 and authorize the city manager to execute the necessary agreements. Consent item M is the resolution of 24-75, authorizing a transfer of $12,564 from the general fund to the Measure W fund to reclassify the funds in the fiscal year 2020-2021 expenditures. And it is recommended that City Council authorize this budget transfer. Consent item N is the acceptance of a $20,000 anonymous donation to the Sierra Madre Police and Fire Departments. It is recommended that the City Council accept the donation from an anonymous donor. And Madam Mayor, that concludes my report.
Okay, any questions? And I will go through each just to remind you. A and B were warrants. C was the second reading of the recreational vehicle and trailer parking ordinance. D was the second reading of the parking penalty ordinance. E was the second reading of the amendment of the purchasing procedures ordinance or municipal code. F, notice of completion for the park. G, approval of the grant award from the San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District.
Madam Mayor?
Yes, please.
Not a question, but a quick comment. I know that we had received very positive feedback on this, including from Director Prince. So just kudos to staff for having a really tight, clear, specific grant request, and I think it's going to be great. It'll really help with the new pickleball courts over at Sierra Vista Park.
Thank you. H, the declaration of the water tender as surplus.
I have a question, a couple questions about that.
Sure.
Could you guys, thank you. I believe we have Captain Gaycad coming down to answer questions, and also city manager. Curious, two things. One, are we planning on replacing this with another water tender?
Currently, right now, there is no plan on replacing Water Tender 41 at this time, just due to the fact that the lack of use of requests through our current operational area and also throughout the state. We felt that probably providing a different resource type would be much more beneficial, not just to the city, but also to the members of the department as well.
And aside from when it went out and did not make it home except for being injured, when was the last time it was sent out?
It was assigned to the Bobcat Fire in 2020. It was on, I believe,
4 years.
Yes, I believe it was I think it was a 14-day assignment in the Monroe Bay area.
All right, thank you so much. Don't go too far.
Did you have questions about I, the returning of the OES engine?
Yes. Thank you so much. So a couple of my questions is one is what benefit do we have by giving up the OES engine, giving it back to the state?
Well, obviously, the OAS engine is provided by the state of California, owned by the state of California, maintained by the city. The only thing that we are providing is the individuals that are manning that piece of apparatus once deployed. So essentially, all we are providing to the state is manpower. Rotating the OAS or giving the OAS back to the state of California, we are now allowed to bring in the Type 1 engine, which is our Pierce or our KME, which is either our frontline or our reserve. And actually that would be able to bring in revenue as well. For a Type 1 engine, for the 2024 rates is roughly about $175 an hour, based upon a 24-hour operational period with a max of 16 hours.
Okay.
That comes out to about roughly $2,700 a day. Times that by, say, a 14-day operational period, which is the minimum amount we could be sent out, roughly about $19,000 for that 2 weeks. For a 21-day period, which is also an extended period, about $30,000.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, questions on the use of our, what I understand to be remaining $42,000 in ARPA funds for the website? Recommendation to, number K, to award the Big Bend contract for the next water replacement project. L, the participation in the Safe Clean Water Program.
Madam Mayor?
Please.
Just want to note, I really appreciate the examples in there of the nature-based solutions to be able to capture the stormwater. I think that's a great practice, and wherever we can make use of that, I think we should consider it.
Thank you. Resolution 2475, number M, letter M, the transfer from the general fund back to the Measure W fund. And N, acceptance of the $20,000 anonymous donation. I will just note that this is the same anonymous donor who's given previously, and I believe the total of the cumulative donations over the years has reached $420,000. So I'd like to extend a great thank you into the ether, because we honestly do not know who this donor is, and we very much appreciate the donations, and it's been put to very good use. I know a very large donation a few years back was helped fund our new revenue-enhancing fire engine. So we appreciate all of this, and I know that the chiefs will put this new donation to good use. Okay, so I will open this up for public comment on any of those items on the consent calendar. All right, bringing it back for discussion or a motion.
Just quickly, I just want to applaud the fire department, excuse me, for not just sticking with the status quo with these two apparatuses, because, or apparati, is that? Because, you know, that's easy to do, and especially the water tender is something that was revenue enhancing, but we have to hope for wildfires throughout the state, which we don't want to hope for, and we have to get called out. So I just want to applaud them for just not saying, well, we get revenue from this apparatus, and really looking at a cost benefit on that, and deciding that, you know what, this might not be the apparatus for us, and with the Cal OES apparatus as well. So just want to applaud them for thinking and not just continuing to do their job, which they do well, but thinking outside of just their job and the operation as a whole. So I want to thank the fire department for doing that.
I just wanted to add to that too. It is a sad day. I had to say goodbye to our truck years ago, and now I have to say goodbye to a water tender. Our water tender before this was a manual, which was very hard to drive. It's just sad, but I agree with what you're saying, and that's why I asked the questions about the OES, because previously it was a great benefit to our city, and it really enhanced our ability. But now that we're part of the automatic aid, now we're able to play with the other cities, our local cities, and go out on strike teams with them. I think that's going to benefit us more, as well as bring in more revenue.
Any other comments? I will just say, so it doesn't get lost in the cascade of items, that the completion of the playground at Sierra Vista was really a capstone, I think. It was a long time coming, and I really want to thank the Community Services Department, the Community Services Commission, Public Works, and the community for their patience. And we've gotten lots of great feedback from families using that, and I think it was really well done and really worth waiting for. So I don't want that to go by the wayside on all of this, because that was a really exciting development this year. So with that being said, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar.
I move to approve the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Great. All right, so moving on to discussion. This is an awkward one. Presentations in recognition of outgoing mayor and mayor pro tem. May the presentations commence.
So I think I get to start on this.
Sure.
So, Mayor Krebs, it's my honor to give you this fabulous plaque, complete with gavel, which is completely removable, can be used at home.
My family will enjoy that.
And I just want to say, on behalf of the citizens of Sierra Madre, thank you for your service as mayor over the past year. I personally have really enjoyed working with you this time. I appreciate having a lawyer on the council to help us with all the contracts, ordinances, resolutions, and everything else that goes into running a city. In addition to understanding legal frameworks that we encounter, you've always had pragmatic solutions that allow us to better serve our residents while meeting some of the more challenging aspects of civil procedure. And you help us get through and get to solutions very well, and I really appreciate that. You're also one of the calmest and most collected people I know. You've run these meetings in such a calm, collected manner, and I hope to live up to that example here in the year to come. You've dedicated the past as well as the next 4 years to this body, and as a result of this, you've missed many family obligations, your son's baseball games as well as other opportunities, and for that, I think we're all very thankful and grateful. I know you do this because you want to give back to the community, and as most of us, most days, we do enjoy that opportunity. So thank you for your service as mayor. Congratulations on winning a second term, and I look forward to continuing to serve with you another 4 years.
Great, thank you so much. Well, back at you. You have the small gavel presentation that is not removable. Don't try. I have one of these at home, and it's not nearly as useful. So, just dare to dream. But in all seriousness, this has been a great year. For those of you who don't know, when we do our weekly meetings with the city manager, the mayor and the mayor pro tem meet together, and it's really just been a great pleasure to meet with you each week. I get insights every time we meet on the things that you think about that are different than the things I think about, and it's really been a great collaboration. I feel like we have complemented each other on things that we're passionate about, as well as the things we notice and our input on various issues with the city. So I appreciate that. I appreciate how many times you filled in for me on obligations, especially with the county sanitation, which may be the least exciting role of the mayor, so welcome to that. But I will fill in for you gladly whenever you need. And so I just wanted to, again, thank you for your support this year. I appreciated all of the insights you always give, both in our meetings as well as the public meetings as well. And we can always count on you to ask a question, so that's always good. And almost always they are the perfect question to be asked at the time, and often spark great discussion and make for better decisions. So thank you for that. So I won't, give away the spoiler at the end of the meeting, but I suspect maybe that we will be looking to you the next year for leadership, and I very much look forward to enjoying that and seeing all the things that you will get done during your term.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and then the more official recognition of our election results. I think, Madam City Clerk, are you giving this report?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Thank you. This evening, the City Council is being asked to consider Resolution 24-72. It's a resolution reciting the facts of the general municipal election held on November 5th, 2024, and declaring the results and matters as provided by law. On November 5th, the City of Sierra Madre held an election to elect 2 council members, 1 city treasurer, and to consider Citizen Initiative Ballot Measure PS. The Measure PS was the ballot measure reading, shall this measure to fund police, fire, paramedic personnel costs by imposing a public safety special tax from July 1, 2025 to July 1, 2032 to raise approximately $2,037,000 yearly, with annual audits and citizen oversight provided at the following rates, subject to CPI, and single-family residential parcels, $480 per parcel per year, multifamily residential parcels, $576 per parcel per year, and 9 non-residential parcels, $660 per parcel per year be adopted. Measure PS received 2,984 yes votes and received 3,666 no votes and did not pass by the voters. For the term of City Council, 4 full-term years, or two seats, 4 years each for each term. There were 2 candidates who submitted their name into the ring. Both candidates were incumbents for the City Council and were unopposed. Kelly Krebs received 4,569 votes, and Robert T. Parkhurst received 4,250 votes, successfully electing them to the full term of 4 years. For the position of City Clerk, the City Clerk's Office, thank you, City Treasurer, the City Clerk's Office received 1 write-in candidate. The candidate Sue Spears received 111 votes, successfully becoming City Treasurer for a term of 4 years and making her the City Clerk and City Treasurer, I believe, the first ones to serve Sierra Madre. The City of Sierra Madre has 8,596 registered voters. Of those voters, 1,500 votes were cast at a precinct. 5,743 votes were cast by mail, which put us at 7,257 ballots out of 8,500 voters. So that is a high, which was expected during a presidential election year. The resolution 24-72 is stating the facts of the election, which I just read into order, and is requesting the City Council's approval to be passed this evening. Madam, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Any questions? That was a very thorough report. Thank you. I think I did the math, and it's about an 85% vote rate, so that's pretty impressive. I don't think anywhere close to that at statewide, and certainly not nationally, so kudos to our registered voters. Any questions? All right, then I will open up for public comment. Seeing none, bringing it back for discussion. Yay? I don't know.
Thank you for running again.
Congratulations to Sue Spears on her write-in candidacy. And thank you for stepping up when no one else registered to run more officially. All right, then I will entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2472.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Measure passes. Madam City Clerk, you are busy tonight. I understand the next item on the agenda is administering the oath of office to our recently elected officials.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. I'd like to begin with our newly elected City Treasurer, if I may.
Please.
And I invite her to please step to the podium.
Thank you. We could all wear our sweaters. I have the gray one.
Madam Spears, I ask you to please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I, Sue Spears,
do solemnly swear Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
and that I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to invite you to the podium next, if I may.
Sure. Thank you. I was going to ask for fewer words, but thank you for this.
I'll ask that you please raise your right hand.
This right? I, Kelly Krebs,
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem, I invite you to the podium, please. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Please raise your right hand.
I, Robert Parkhurst,
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution for the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
and that I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. And then the last item on our agenda is our annual selection of the mayor and mayor pro tem. But I did want to just say a few words in my last official act, or one of the last official acts. I just wanted to thank everybody for this year. I mean, it's just really been an amazing experience. I'm so thankful for this council, as many folks have said, that this is a really remarkable council. We work so well together. Everyone takes their responsibilities so seriously. Everyone comes prepared and focused on the task at hand. No performative nonsense. Plus, we have fun together. We actually like each other. We're so collaborative. And I mean, you've all, anybody who follows us knows how often that we find consensus and reach unanimity on almost all things, even the most controversial things, because we are all here to serve the city. there's really no one I'd rather go to battle with over these next few years with our budgetary challenges. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward to dealing it with this body, because it's really an amazing group of people. I'm amazed by our staff almost every day. They do more with less, more with less. Everyone pitches in. Everyone has, I swear, wears 3 hats. They are dedicated to providing the highest quality of service to our town, and there's just a real affinity between the staff and our town. They really do view our success as their success. Even if they don't live here, they are truly residents of this city in every sense of the word, in terms of their dedication and love for this town. And on that note, I am so appreciative for the community support. I mean, everyone in this town almost provides some measure of volunteer work. I'm not going to name all the organizations, because I will sure forget a few or many, but I will highlight those who spearhead our signature events. The Events Committee, the Mount Wilson Trail Race Committee, the Civic Club, and of course the Chamber of Commerce, as well as those who enhance our safety, like Search and Rescue and CERT. And then the Community Foundation, who raises money to fund them all. So those are just a few of the very, very many service organizations and volunteer organizations, and that doesn't even count all the people who just come out every day to various events to help us do all of the things that we need to do. And we are so lucky, we saw tonight, to enjoy great partnerships with our elected officials and our neighboring cities. As I won't go through everything, but as highlights are the $10 million that our outgoing state senator helped secure for us for our library. We have a lot of county support for the return of our metro line, for the funding of our upcoming pickleball court. Certainly, Congresswoman Chu, her support for our public safety grant request that's still in the pipeline, as well as our neighboring cities and their commitment to partnership and solving regional problems. And lastly, I want to thank my family. They have been great at putting up with these late Tuesday nights and other events that take my time, and they are great sounding boards. I'm grateful that they support my passion for local government. They definitely prefer it over my passion for national politics. So, so I appreciate that, and I appreciate my husband Brian for being here tonight. And so I just thank you to everybody who's here to celebrate this occasion. And it's just really a great testament to our town how we just had the whole spectrum of participation here tonight, between our youth and our parade princesses, all the way to our ever-present now treasurer, but has been involved in our city for so long. So just every facet of life is represented here tonight, and I appreciate everything that everybody's done to support me for this past year. So on that note, I will note that we are here to select a mayor and mayor pro tem for the period beginning tomorrow through December 9th of next year. So I will open it up. I don't know, there's an actual, I'll open it up for questions and then public comment. Any questions? Any public comment? Okay, well then, bringing it back for discussion. One of the perks of being mayor is you don't have to go first, so.
I move to appoint Robert Parkhurst as mayor and Christine Lowe as mayor pro tem.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you so much. All right, and now we get to switch seats.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to leave all my junk there.
I don't have to switch. Can I just stay here?
You can just stay there.
Okay.
All right, so the first item I think that we've got is items for future agenda. Does anybody have any items for future agenda that they would like to have?
I do. Just based on the public comment we had today, I would love to, at some point in the first quarter, have a Public Works report on the upcoming rotation for our water main replacement. It's been some time, I think, since we've seen that that list, and I know it undergoes regular reprioritization. So I'd love to hear a report on that, and nothing of urgency, but just sometime in the first quarter.
I'd also like to look at maybe sending this to, I probably would I don't know if it goes to another commission or it comes straight to us, but changing the code for putting political signage on parkways in front of residents.
Mm. Any others? I had a couple. One, there was a 3-car accident this morning at Grandview and Cannon. Thankfully, no one was injured. I know that we've been looking at, I think, 8 intersections, and I'd like to prioritize the review of that intersection in the first quarter of 2025 and take a closer look at that.
Which one was it?
Which one?
Which one? Grandview and what?
Grandview and Cannon,
Got it.
in front of my house.
Yours? I thought that's what you said, but.
Yes.
A lot of kids walk to school.
Yes, yes, and there was a very shaken kid that was in a car on that, so thankfully no one was hurt. The second item, I had a chance to take a look at our ordinance for red flag days, and actually our ordinance for red flag days has to deal with mud flows. So we actually can't declare a red flag day for fires, at least in my reading on it, so I think it'd probably be worth refreshing that and looking at that. And then finally, the subject of youth commissioners came up. It would be just great to get a report from staff on what I can't remember what our policy is or what our direction is on that. And then it was mentioned before by Librarian Regan. I would like to adjourn tonight's meeting in memory of Rod Spears. Rod is my neighbor, or was my neighbor, and I'm going to try to do this with dry eyes. Rod passed away on November 12th of 2024. He was born here in LA and worked his way through college as an LA County lifeguard, where he caught the eye of a member of the LA Athletic Swim Club, Joan Marie Sheldon, and they married in 1957. He completed his degree in civil engineering at Cal State LA, and his first job was working on the Space Needle in Seattle. He followed that up with work on the Disney Castle at Walt Disney World and the Queen Mary. He responded to the Oklahoma City bombing as a member of the LA County Urban Search and Rescue Team. He was also a lifelong activist and participated in the Selma to Montgomery March with Dr. Martin Luther King in 1966. In the year 2000, his family moved here to Sierra Madre, and they restored a gorgeous 1912 craftsman home, which has been featured in multiple movies and television shows. At the young age of 65, he joined the Sierra Madre Volunteer Fire Department, where he served for 5 years. Many of you know him as someone that was on the library board, it was mentioned before, and he was passionate about the library and really excited about the grant to renovate it. He volunteered to review the plans for free. With his civil engineering background, there was a huge benefit. And one fun little story about him, like many of us as we get older, technology tends to go farther from us and we can't operate things quite as well. And so he had challenges with operating Zoom. And so during COVID, the library worked out with him so he could come to attend the library board meetings from the library, which was just shows his dedication to it. Rod is survived by his wife, Joan, and 5 children. And with that, I'd like to adjourn the meeting in his name. And I would look for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn?
Please.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Parkhurst.
I know exactly.
Mayor Parkhurst.
There are refreshments in the lobby.
Oh, thank you, yes.
To see how you guys